What up? And we're back. Old, I don't know, Goodman or something. I got two of them that are down. This one is hot. Of course, it's sitting in the sun now. But actually, this one might have shut off. I had a condensating line, so I got to figure out what I'm looking at here. Exhaust fans running. These just cool spaces down below. There's nothing real special to them. It's kind of an industrial atmosphere. They're in rough shape. They get taken care of, but it's hard in the environment they live in. This one looks off too. The other two look like they're running, so we probably got one low on charge. We got sight glasses we can try to see. They're hard to see, but we got some chillers down here. So figure out exactly which ones I want and go from there. So I've decided this sight glass is cleared. Coil probably needs to be cleaned. Look, the line's a little high, it's sitting in the sun. But this is going to be one of my guys because it's not running at all. And then the other one, it looked like it was condensating but shut off. I'm going to start there because this one's not doing anything and I don't want anything to get worse. So let's start with the one that looked like it may have been running at some point. Like I said, fan motor felt hot, so maybe we lost fan motor or something. All right, so I got no call here. Looks like I've worked on it in the past. Lots of people worked on it in the past. Fixed some leaks in the evaporator. It looked like it was running. Don't push contactors in. So we just lost a call and maybe we're low on charge here. We need to go, I'm not sure what happened. I gotta go check the thermostat. They just got basic mechanical thermostats down below. So I'm gonna check that. And we'll go ahead and tear the old trane apart too. See what might be going on there. Looks like follow the line, it's gonna be this one. I do have fuses, so I might start there. This squeaky son of a bitch. It's an exhaust fan right into the wall. We're on voltage. I'm gonna go cross my fuses. I shouldn't read anything. If I read voltage, that tells me my fuse would be open, and that would be bad. We did not mess with the disconnect, so I should have three-phase voltage everywhere. 240, 240, 240. All right, so this guy, in theory, should be running, or at least should be capable of running. Well, shit just got real. There's been a leak repaired down here. I don't know how you can see. There's some oil still underneath that condenser. I see a little bit of oil here. You can see the rub spot there on the back side of that line. That's gonna be where I guess my leak is. I mean, somebody took the time to repair this and put this is like a hard piece of rubber under that line so it doesn't rub the bottom, and yet completely disregarded that just a little piece of plastic and pull that line off a little bit would have saved this leak. Low pressure switch, one side of power that I have, 24 volts to common. Here to there, I got 24 volts. Switch is open, so it's not feeding through the switch back to my contactor coil. So I'm suspecting out of charge. I don't know what, you'll never read the switch, but I might put some nitrogen on this guy and probably hopefully just fix that leak. It'll be quick and easy to fix. Get that line off the line and secure some things. The other guy still hasn't come on yet, I don't think. Let's see if it's running again. No. I think this guy's satisfied. I'm gonna have to talk to him about what may have happened, because they called two of these in and I don't necessarily think two of them have a problem. My other issue is gonna be I don't have 458A. Thermostat it should be running this thing. It's cool in here like it was running. Everything's covered in grease and oil, as you can imagine. Blower is on. I turned the thermostat down. We'll see if it came on. I don't think it did. So we might just have a corroded thermostat that was, I mean, hell, it was working a minute ago. I don't have anything that I'm willing to tap that with right now. We'll go back up and check it, but it looks like maybe this one's just going to be a thermostat issue. I'm going to assume that this guy is empty just because of where I suspect the leak is. Oh, she's very empty. So let's put some, I gotta get some nitrogen up here. I'll bet it's on this side right here because I can feel it. I have to bend it back. You can see that there because of the light. Yeah, that's all the way through. Can't really get you a great look at it. Maybe. I don't know. It is what it is. It's leaking, I bet, right there. Put some nitro on it. Bring my torch up, fix it. I did notice there's a low pressure on the one over there. I'm just assuming, because I was out on low pressure here, I was assuming that it was going to be empty. And because I knew where the leak was suspected, at least. Oil shows it. I don't know how well y'all can see. This is dry. Right here it starts and you can see oil. Find the oil, find your leak. But I saw condensate on that suction line when I got up here. So I still think it's a thermostat issue. If it was out of charge, there wouldn't have been condensate on my suction line. So stay here with this one for right now. I can worry about that one once I fix the leak and get a pressure test and vacuum started. It's not going to be perfect. There's probably small leaks in the evaporator. This has got the same tag as all three of these. We've got leaking problems. We've replaced evaporators. We've fixed leaks on evaporators. All right, let's go high side, low side. It's going to be right here, guaranteed. Yep, right there. That's good enough for me. I would like to see it come back. Tell me I'm not. It's coming up, so that's a good sign. We're gonna hit both of these spots and then we'll pressure test for a little while. Ain't no sense in wasting no more nitrogen. I've got a dryer. We'll figure that out too. I mean, dryer needs to go. It's been open for, I mean, it probably just happened, but I got wind and storms too, so I gotta be quick and make sure I don't get rained on. That wind just picked up. That's weird because the sky's blue except for this big ass cloud right here. Don't know how good these shots will be, but y'all are getting what you get. I got what I need, I think. Dryers, sandcloth, reamer, cutters. We're gonna cut the dryer out. And I don't know, we'll see where I can get y'all. I'm not setting no tripod up, we can't do that. Ain't got no time. Try to get out of here before it rains on me and just try to get the hell out of here. Still gotta go figure out what the hell that one was. Once I get this on a vacuum, I'll be able to go over and play with that one. At least a pressure test, we'll figure it out. Now we shouldn't need much heat here. I am just going to try to hit this one, even though it wasn't leaking here. Actually leaking. Probably just get it from the bottom. Once that pipe gets hot enough, it'll roll right down where I need it to be. bright, so I can't see what y'all can see, but my torch is fucking with me. I missing my handle. I was trying to get it where I needed it. I mean, the repair looks good. That ain't gonna leak. I hit up that backside that wasn't leaking, and then that right there, we just hit a long line and the big spot in the middle, wrapped it all the way around. So I was trying to start at the bottom and just put the rod on top. Rod will follow your heat. So I'm probably gonna put a little bit of pressure on it just to make sure I'm not leaking here. And then I gotta get down here. I don't know if I can do it from up here. I have to get down there and get the dryer out. Be enough for now. I just want to make sure they're still kind of hot, but they're not leaking. Make sure I didn't miss something. That one was hard to see. I couldn't really see back there. Don't have to see it, just know where it's at. Heat on the bottom, rod on the top. It's gonna pull all the way around that line, just like you seen, all the way around. We'll move down here and get this one. We'll let the nitro off. It's gonna hold there, 20 PSI. We'll put about 100 on it before we go mess with that one. Darian, I only burnt it up a little bit. I actually ran out of, I had to go grab a B tank. This is gonna be good, but we're gonna run it up to about 100 PSI. Start pulling a vacuum before I go, unless I can find somebody to bring me some. I gotta go get some 458, it's Blue On, I believe. Only a couple places we can buy it. I mean, I guess I could try something else, but I think that one down there is still R22, but I think it's gonna be okay, hopefully. Hopefully we're not low on charge on that one too. Let it sit for a bit, make sure it don't move, start pulling it back. I'm gonna have to go out. I got this one running. I was playing with the thermostat. So the thermostat is not my problem. What I found was this guy here. I was looking, I'm like, I got two thermostats. This is a free stat. It was set on 50. And apparently reading 50 degrees. I don't know if it's supposed to be somewhere, but it is hanging out down there. So I'm guessing that's mechanical. It's not 50 degrees in here. And it's out of whack. I'm assuming the free stat should be on the suction line maybe. And maybe it got pulled off over the years, I don't know, but all I did was turn that down and she kicked right on. We'll go check the sight glass and make sure it's all right. I had a feeling that one was going to be okay. We got cold suction line. We might be flashing a little bit. The air, I mean, these things probably need to be clean. They're all in rough shape, but it's cooling now. This feels good, so we'll leave it be, button it back up. I gotta go get a vacuum started over there because I've got to still run. I gotta get across the bridge and find some refrigerant that I can put in there. Man, I don't want to get rained on, but I'd love to have my clouds back because it got hot quick. That guy's buttoned up. Actually, surprisingly, I'm set it right above 100, and I ain't moved an inch. So it's been probably about 20 minutes. I'm gonna let it sit for a little bit longer. I gotta get all my vacuum stuff up here and find 120. This was 208, so I can jump it off there if I need to. That's probably what I'll do. I'm gonna get my vacuum set up. I'm surprised it's holding. I was expecting some leaks in the evaporator, but it looks pretty good for now. So this is an old industrial building, so I figured I'd check first. 230 or 240, whatever, 240 and 0. Some of y'all electrical geniuses will tell me what it is because I think y'all told me before. The last time I saw something similar, it was one leg had 120 and the other leg was 230, and I can't remember what everybody called it, but I'm not I'm not trying to figure that out right now. I think what I'm gonna do is I think there's a plug down below. I'm just gonna run my extension cord. I just wanted to check first so I didn't blow anything up. Still holding. So I'm happy with that. I'd be surprised. I got my blue hoses and all that stuff. I'd be surprised if I got, with all the leaks and all the repairs that have been done, hell, if I hit 1,000 microns, I'll probably be happy. It's not going to be a perfect vacuum, I wouldn't assume. But we'll see where we get. And I don't have any 458. It's late in the day. I'm not going to make it across the bridge in time to get said 458. But I tell you what I do have, and that's R22. So that's probably what's going back in this thing, and we'll just have to mark this stuff out and start over. I don't have another choice at this point. If it dropped a little, it wasn't much. It's still sitting above 100. I just took this hose off of the nitro tank. I was expecting leaks in the evaporator anyway, so I'm only gonna get one valve core pulled because that's stupid. So let's get the suction valve core pulled and I'll figure it out. Alright, this is all less than ideal, but I can't get anything on my liquid port, especially with my big hose. But I had to turn the valve core remover this way, otherwise I couldn't open and close it because of the suction line, and then nothing will go on there. My micron gauge wouldn't even go on there either. Y'all can't see it. 75, 4, 3, 2, 1 is dropping. I can't even fucking see it anymore. Let it drop. 5,000 microns, looking pretty good. Didn't see a leak. I'm probably gonna have small leaks in the evaporator, so I'm not terribly concerned about pulling a perfect vacuum. What I probably need to do is brake with nitrogen. I don't want refrigerant getting in this hose. This hose needs to be here, and the micron gauge needs to be here with the valve core. The micron gauge can take pressure. I'm just gonna brake pressure from the suction side with just a little bit of refrigerant, and then I'll move to I'll hook my gauges back up. I'm down to 1900 pretty quick, so let's do that. Flip it around so I can at least charge it without getting refrigerant in my hose. This is not what I expected, but let's close the gas ballast. By the time I finished grabbing my refrigerant, taking down a tank, I'm at 800 microns. Now I'm pulling on my micron gauge too, but eventually we'll isolate here and it's gonna rise. But I'm actually surprised it stopped. So basically you're doing a decay test, you're gonna see some rise on your vacuum. And then it should level off. You're gonna see a plateau, level off, and it should stick to around a decent number, whatever your level is supposed to be. For all you resi guys, you're gonna maintain a low level on a nice new clean system. Now you've got a leak when you don't hit that plateau. It just rises, keeps going up, and then continues to go. Then you notice you have a leak. I'm surprised it stopped there where it did. Hell, I took some time, and it might have been a half hour. I got a drink and took a break for a second, but I was surprised to see it at 900. So, Review a Vacuum, amazing book. If you don't like to read, go to the end of the book and read the Blue Vac stuff and Brian Orr's stuff. At the end is good information. He'll poke holes in all your other hose theories. So, go read it. It's cool. I'm gonna keep letting it pull. I'm gonna get my other stuff down. Nitrogen. It's a long walk. Down, flight of stairs, across the parking lot. It's actually not that bad, but I'm getting old. These walks hurt more and more. So from what I can see, these are set on about 70 degrees. They've got a temp in the tank in there, and these tanks are cool. And they're all marked. That one was marked as well. And this one has been replaced, and I can see it's set on just about 70 degrees. They are all hanging basically in the return. These are large rooms. It looks like all the doors down below are closed. But the tank's at 70 degrees. I think this was just called in because they noticed it wasn't running. I went ahead and adjusted it back up and shut it off. I'll have to talk to them about that. I didn't test the return air. It's cool in there, and that unit's running. I'm not going to run it to death and cause another problem. I fixed the one problem that we got, so let's go maybe dump some refrigerant. Well, hot damn. I never would have expected to see 300 and something microns. Let's isolate. See where we level off at. I'm moving it around, try to get y'all to see. So, doing a decay test basically now. Again, it's gonna go up until you hit your actual micron level, especially because I'm only pulling through one side. And then we should see it level off, just like it did before. It leveled off at what, 1,000, what, 1,200 or something. But we'll let it sit for a minute. I'm pretty happy with just hitting 300 microns is amazing for this thing. I never would have expected that, but we'll let it sit for a minute. Probably still got to clean some shit up. We'll dump some charge and run as fast as we can. 6 pounds, 14 ounces. I'm just gonna have to clean up all the other stuff that says 458A because I don't have any. It gets what it gets. This is one of those situations where it really doesn't matter. You see we slowed down a little bit, 680. I mean, I haven't pulled that long either. It's been less than an hour. So we'll probably let it pull a little longer, get a drink of water, let's see where it stops at and go from there. Get some tubing or something on this line and go ahead and pull it back and probably wire tie it back in place. That way the panel doesn't hit it. That would be my next concern because I pulled it out to fix it. Make sure that panel doesn't hit it. It may not have even been hitting when he fixed the leak on the bottom. He put the panel back on and then it was touching. So just watch all those rub out spots, guys. All right, so we're just getting ready. I'm still pulling. I pulled my micron gauge from here. We're gonna bleed the hose to here, and it's got a valve core in it, obviously. And we'll isolate that and dump. It was down to 3 something, I don't remember. That's something I learned. The blue vac, I love this mini micron gauge, but if you don't take the batteries out of it, it will drain and kill batteries before you even use it. So when you're done, always take your batteries out. We got about a pound in. You can see the frost. Just enough to have just a little bit of pressure. I just wanted to be careful. I don't want to flood my compressor. I don't want to dump all that liquid into right on in my suction line on the compressor. So now that my core remover tool's gone, I can hook my other gauge up. I said this was less than ideal. Now I can't get my damn suction gauge back on. It looks like it's gonna take most of it, so we'll see where we get. It is what it is. I still gotta get this stuff up. I'm dumping liquid in my liquid line now. If I had a sight glass, I could have replaced it, but again, it's had to be fixed. It's one of those late calls. Make it happen one way or another. All I should have to do is tie my low pressure switch back in here, and hell, I didn't even kill power. I pulled that low pressure switch and left it the whole time. I still got power on and did verify it. So 6 pounds, 14 ounces that we said, and we're at 5.4. So yeah, took most of the charge and still feed. Tied her low pressure back in. She got a little wobble. Looking pretty good. 40 degree evaporator, 100 and good except for the wobble. Like I said, I'm gonna get some of this secured anyways. We got cold suction, and from what I can see is liquid in my sight glass. Might be slightly bubbling. We've also just got some cottonwood buildup. Looks like maybe it was cleaned at some point and just got some buildup on it again, but it's not awful, so should be all right. I mean, hell, it's probably 90 outside. We're running 110, 90. Actually, it's probably less than 90 now. Clouds came back out, but you know, 20, 30 degrees over ambient, 40 degree evaporator. I'm not superheating subcooling this thing. It's seen better days. We're gonna get all the markings off of it, make sure we tag it, that way everybody knows what happened. And I gotta get all this crap down, and I'm gonna take my ass home. Another one, I feel like I say this all the time, didn't really plan on recording this, but it seemed like it was the end of the day. I figured I'd get y'all something. This is one of those industrial, just like the chiller stuff. Gotta fix it, need it now, not yesterday. And I'd like to get home in a reasonable hour. So I did what I did. This is what I had. I wasn't gonna make it in time to get the blue on refrigerant, and I've only got a couple options around me that I can buy it from. So that's what I had on my truck. That's what it got. Leave a tray better than you found it. See y'all next time.